both value will get processed. Similar way, you have one more call on focus, not on focus, on key down. How we have on key press? Similar way, we have one call on key down. Okay, hold on. I'll keep all paragraph wise. So it will print in a new line. BR, we have to write many times. So added in one paragraph. This added in another paragraph. Okay, so line break will happen automatically. Now coming to the next call on key down, on key down. You can change here the event call on key down and again pass this dot value. See what will happen. It will give you the value of, it will give you old value, not the new value. On key down. Different one on key press and down. On key press, on key down, you don't have any difference. You can check it. Run it. Here, Apple is there already. Press 1. What print? Apple. Go here in the last. Also press 1. What is print? Apple. Apple only to print. Both events are similar. Which one? On key press and on key down. But this is different. On key, old plus new both. Write the next one called on focus. On focus. On focus. On focus represent as soon as your cursor will come in. As soon as your cursor will come in, event will call. JavaScript event will get called automatically as soon as the cursor will come in. On focus, check now. Once you click under the text box, on focus event will get fired. Okay, on focus. You saw what is happening. Go inside. As soon as your cursor will arrive under the text box, event will get fired. On focus, we need to reload the page manually. This way you have to reload. Then only you can click anywhere. On focus. As soon as the cursor will come in the text box, something should happen. Now write the next p tag. Next, inside that, it's called on blur. BLUR. It's a reverse of focus. In on focus, when the cursor come inside, then alert will happen. In on focus. In on blur, when the cursor will go out, then event will happen. On BLUR. On blur. On blur. When you go inside the text box, type anything, no problem. Once you click outside, then event will get fired. That is called on blur. Okay, checked on blur. See, it's like this. When we come here and when we go inside the text box, type anything you type, no problem at all. When alert will get fired, when event will happen, once you click outside. That is called on. In this, you cannot say all are useless only. On focus also useful, but according to need. Key press and key down both look similar. So you can use anyone, either key press or key down. Next event we have called OnLoad. OnLoad. As soon as the page will load, event will get called. OnLoad event, especially people call for the body tab. Go to the body, for the body tab, and right here call OnLoad. OnLoad equal to, we can call the same function one, and inside you can pass some input, anything, call welcome back. But it must be within the single quote. Because already you are in double quote. OnLoad event is already under the double quote. So again, double quote inside double quote you can't do. So double quote inside single quote you can do. Okay, so how to run this file? Just refresh your page. It will say welcome back. OnLoad. OnLoad event. You have seen already many examples on internet. When you open the website, pop-up window will open and it will ask enter your details. Those all happen OnLoad events only. Those all happen based on OnLoad event. Okay, working. Welcome back comes. Okay. Now come next example. We have one more event, but that you will see under the form validation. This event. You have an event called OnSubmit. So while going through the form validation, we will implement this OnSubmit. OnLoad some we saw something. Next, these all are the main part. Okay. Now HTML is one side and JavaScript will be another side. Now both the side interactions should happen. When you enter the value here, click on button, this value should go to the JavaScript. So question is from JavaScript, how you can communicate with HTML, and from HTML, how can you communicate with the JavaScript? Sending the value, receiving the value. Next file will be data binding one.html. Data binding one.html. HTML. Okay, data binding one.html. Okay, hope ready. Come now. HTML start. Follow the body tag and head tag. You will write a script and will write a function also. Write a function. Alert inside. Call hi. Come down. Body tag open close. Write a h1 tag. HTML and JavaScript. Window.write. Window.write function example. Write a button. On click. Call the function one. Save to process. Hope written. Save now. Button click. What is saying? Hi. Now let's go here and write a line called not window.write, it should be document.write. Document.write. Document.write is a JavaScript function. Now inside that you will write here call h1. It is executed. Close the h1. H1 tag we have written, it is executed. Okay, hope written. Save the file, run it, click on button. Anything is happening? Everything got changed. Everything changed or not? Everything changed. All the content of the current page got changed. So what we are trying to understand through this line, document word. The word is written called document. Document.write. Then you will ask what is the document. Now look at here. In your page you have many things. When you click on this button, function has called and function said document.write. Means in current page, replace everything with this tag. Call as a h1 tag. Something like this. Correct? So what is that document where HTML start and where HTML ends? From start to end is called this one. Call as a document. Okay. From start to end is called as a document. But start to end simply, how can you say as a document? You saw the proof when you are running the page and you are writing document.write. And what is happening? Everything is getting replaced by the something else. Okay. Document is a name of a class in JavaScript. Write is a function. So what it will do? It will change the content of entire page. Okay, but you have not seen the class. We have not seen the class object. So how we can say is a class? So in that case, for understanding purpose, we can consider where HTML start and where HTML end. This entire area, where is start and where is end, is called as a document. Okay, this entire area is called as a document. Inside the document, you can see you have the main element that is called head. We have second element called, no, first element is called HTML. Second element is called head. Third element is called body. Right? Again, one more element we have called a script. Okay. So in current document, whatever the tags you are using, h1, button, body, head, style, script, HTML open close, everything is called as a element. Everything what is called element. In the term of JavaScript, we call h1 as a tag. In the term of HTML, h1 you call as a tag. In the CSS, this h1 is called as a selector. Okay. But in JavaScript, you are going to call as a element. In JavaScript, element word will represent two things. Number one, all the HTML tags are called as a element in JavaScript, as well as inside JavaScript, we have called array. Inside the array, you are going to store the values. That values also will call as a element. Okay. So all the HTML tags are called as a element in JavaScript. All the HTML tags are called as a selector in CSS. Similar way, all the HTML tags will be called as a JSX element. JSX element, where under the rear. Okay. Now, what is our requirement? Our requirement is, it's not like when you go to the Facebook and chat with someone, type in the text box called hi and press enter, entire page will get replaced by hi. Happen like that? Never know. When you go to the Flipkart and click on add now, add button, do you feel entire page get replaced by the number? No, but in our page is happening like that. When we are clicking here, entire page content is getting replaced by something, right? So this is not going to work out. It is just to understand only one line, that is called what is the meaning of document. Document meaning is from a start to end. Everything of this page come under the document. Okay, so we are replacing the content of document itself using what? H1. But we are not going to write this line again and again. We will write in document, find out an element. In document, find out an element called H1, and under the H1, change the content. So your page will remain same and the content will change inside a element. Okay, then you will say, if in one page there is a multiple H1, then what will happen? Then we have to give the 2-3 option we have. Okay, if you are calling by tag name, then suppose 3 tags are there, then first tag will come on 0 position, second tag will come 1 position, third tag will come on 2 position. If you are calling by class also, in the CSS we have called class concept. Using class also we can identify how many places we are calling this class. That will also come in the form of array, right? And we have one more method called by ID. So until unless we have no idea on array, you cannot implement the CSS by tag name, not JavaScript by tag name. You have to, because their array concept will come 0, 1, 2, 3, you have to write, you will see like what I'm writing. So another option is there, we can implement through the ID. For each tag, we can give a ID, and we will ask the JavaScript not to replace the content in entire document, replace the content in those elements that ID I have given. So JavaScript will search in current document those elements whose ID is XYZ, and there you send the content. Okay. To understand that point, these 3 lines I have written. One is called dot value, another one is the dot inner text, another one is called inner HTML. What it says, when we want to use dot value, is the predefined property of your HTML, but you are going to use inside the JavaScript. Okay. Now it says like it used to pick and assign the value to input element. JavaScript wanted to communicate with one text area. JavaScript wanted to send some value to a text box and receive some value from text box. In HTML, you have 2 types of tag. Input tag you have separate and output tag you have separate. Now JavaScript want to communicate with both, for input tag also as well as output tag also. Correct. So JavaScript cannot talk in the same way, no, with the input tag also and output tag. JavaScript have a different way to talk to the input tag, and JavaScript have a different way to talk to the output tag. Okay. So while communicating with the input tag, for better understanding, we will follow this property called dot value. Okay. Dot value. So JavaScript will be comfortable to send the value as well as bring the value. To where? Input element. It can be text box, it can be radio button, checkbox, select, text area, file, all type of input element. Now in one page, there will not be only input element, there will be output element also. In Facebook, you remember when you go to the, suppose someone has posted something below the post text box will come. You will type some message inside. Comment you do, right? So where you write the comment? Under the text box. As soon as you press the enter, same comment will appear before text box. You type and enter, your comment will appear before text box. So you given the input under the input box, and the same input is displaying under the output box, right? And it's not like your message and someone else comment both will come in the same line. Your comment will go to the new line. So when it's matter become, when it's go to the new line, some HTML should get applied over there. Okay. So we will be creating one example. In that, first we'll understand this inner text as well as inner HTML in one example. Then in the second example, we will understand this one, dot value with inner text. Third example, we will understand dot value with inner text as well as inner HTML. One side you have multiple type of events, and another side you have one is dot text dot. Now see this what it says. It used to pick and assign the text data to output elements. JavaScript want to communicate with one paragraph, send some text and receive the text. Which property JavaScript will use? Inner text. Same time JavaScript want to send some content to the division where one paragraph will come, one bold italic underline, and one photo with some text. So what it says here, it used to pick and assign the text plus HTML tags to the output element. Okay. After implementing, only will come to know what is the inner text and what is the inner HTML. Okay. Next file you create, data binding 2. Data binding 2.html. Data binding 2.html. Okay, in data binding 2.html, function let it be here, function 1, HTML and JavaScript, inner text and inner HTML example. Inner text and inner HTML examples. Remember always inner text T will be capital, remaining all are small. In inner HTML, HTML is capital, remaining all are small. Camel case, okay? So you cannot write anything according to your wish in JavaScript. You will have called case sensitive, okay? It will be the not case sensitive. That is the case sensitive in the sense our variable name. We have to follow the camel case rule. Camel case rule, okay? In this example, you will come to know easily. Now let me go here and function 1, I'll write call process inner text and process inner HTML. Process inner text and process inner HTML. Inner text and inner HTML. In the second button, you call second function button 2. Button 2. Function 2. Right below some BR. One BR. After that, write one division. Write one more division. Okay. Write one more division. So how many division? 3 division. If you ask the JavaScript, display some data in division, then JavaScript will ask which division? There is a 3 division. Where you want to display? If you will not specify anything, then JavaScript will display under the first division itself. Okay. If you specify the second division, then JavaScript will go to the second division. So in current document, you can say H1 become one element, 2 button we have, both become as a element, BRA element, 3 division become element, your body you have written here, that's element, head become element, HTML also become as a element. But all are the part of current document. Okay. Now you will write here a line document dot get element by question mark. Document dot get element by question mark. Now we have 3 options: by tag name, by class, and by ID. So when you are writing by class, you have to understand first array, because how many division? 3 division, correct? All have the equal right. Okay, if you are writing by class, then also array. So that ID by class and by tag name, I will give you example after understanding the array. Okay. Now we are going to implement by ID. Okay. By ID. What ID represent? ID says like you are going to send some content document.getElement by ID. Is a camel case. Okay. Camel case. What is that? Camel body we have seen. Camel body. Structure of the camel body. Mouth will be little down, head will be little up. Again, neck will be little down, and after that it will be very high. Right? So what is the starting point? The starting point is from the down. Mouth will be little down, but the head will be up. Again, neck will be down, and after neck something will be up. Correct? So that is called what? Camel case. JavaScript start from where? Lower case. Now understand. Document.getElement by ID here written. How many words can it include? Get is a one word. Element is another word. By is the next. ID is the. Now remember. In JavaScript, if you are writing any kind of reserve keyword, okay, if that reserve keyword is including more than one words, like how we have 4 words together, in that first word will be always small. Second word, first character uppercase. Third word, first character uppercase. Fourth word, first character uppercase. So get is a small, element is capital, by B is capital, ID I is capital. So we need to follow in that way. But anyhow, your finger will remember it. That is not big thing to pressure on your mind. Okay. Maybe you will do some mistake. That is clear. But automatically you will remember it. Okay. You will type and finger will press up down key. Okay. Lowercase, uppercase, it will press it. Now what we are trying to identify, we are trying to call a function from the browser DOM. Okay. Then browser DOM word I will not use now. We are calling a function from this class. From which class? Document class. Or also you can understand, you are writing document dot get element by ID. Dot represent inside. Where it's represent? Inside. Document dot means in current page, apply a function get element by ID and find out those element whose ID is which one? XYZ. Now XYZ have created anywhere? No. So it will return as a null. it will return as a null. So first come here and for the middle division, give ID equal to XYZ. And the XYZ what you are writing, that is also which one? Case sensitive. If X is capital, below you have to write X as a capital. Okay. Okay. So document dot get element by ID XYZ. Now it will not return as a null. In current document, there is one element whose ID is XYZ. So element is font. Now JavaScript is asking what you want to do in that. Document dot get element by ID XYZ. Okay. Now you have to think XYZ is pointing to input tag or output tag. XYZ is pointing to input tag or output tag. Division is not input tag. Division is a output tag. Using division, you never ask enter your name. Ever? No. Using division, we display something, right? So it says like XYZ is pointing to the output tag. And for output tag, we have two properties. One is called innerHTML, another one is called innerText. Okay. So each and every word have some meaning. Okay. Simply say document dot get element by ID with the super fast. There is no any sense of that. Document meaning is what? Current page. Element by ID meaning is what? Get element by ID. What is that? Is a function of JavaScript that is going to help you to find an element in current page. Which element? By ID or by class or by name. So we apply the function called by ID. Now JavaScript, the DOM will start searching in your current page where is the element with the ID is called XYZ. As soon as the XYZ is found, in that whether using innerHTML or innerText, we'll try to send something. So write here called innerText equal to hi equal to operator used to assign something. Function 2 XYZ call hello. Hello. Hi and hello. Both places we have used as of now innerText only. Function names are different. We wanted to understand on click the content is changing or not. On click the content is going to change or okay, hope written. Now run this file directly in the browser. Data binding and two button you have. Click on first button printing as a hi. Second button called hello. So using JavaScript, you are able to target to a particular element, and after targeting the particular element, we are able to change the content. Now it is not replacing the content of the document. It is replacing the content of an element. Right? It's replacing the content of an element. That which element? Those element whose ID is XYZ. Let me check with these people working. Please let me know. Are you able to run the file? Once it's run, on button click, The content is changing. So the content should change. Based on click, the content has to change. Okay, next after that, next point is to understand the inner text and inner HTML. So for that, create a variable called anything data equal to something. That variable is written out of the function. Variable is written out of the function. So you have two type of variable. One is called local, another one is called global. Using var keyword, we can create both type of variable, local also as well as global. Now variable is only one, but the function we have two. Function 1 and function 2. Function 1 will also use the data variable. Function 2 will also use the data. Now come under the data variable and let's write one h1. Something you can write. Welcome JavaScript. Welcome JavaScript. Close the h1. Right after that, call working. H1 tag we kept under the JavaScript and then we call working. Okay, the variable is ready. Let's call data variable. Now the first function is pointing to inner text. So inner text equal to, without double quote, you write the data variable. Second function is pointing to inner HTML. You can change here inner HTML, and again keep here without double quote, same data variable. So one place using inner text we are printing the data variable. Another place using inner HTML you are printing the data variable. Okay, hope written. Check now. First button when we click, directly H1 appear. Is coming in the text format. Second button once you click, H1 is printing as H1, right? This is the difference of inner HTML and inner text. Inner HTML will print your data like as a tag, but inner text will print your data like as a text. So we will remember always from JavaScript, whenever you are going to print something, and if the something is holding the HTML tags, okay, like suppose you have a data variable is holding the HTML tag, and you want to print it, you will never use the inner text. What will you use? Inner HTML. If your content is only text, then you can use the inner text. Okay, if it is holding any kind of tag, you will not use inner text, you will use the inner HTML. Okay, right. So inner text will help you to display the content in the text format, and inner HTML will help you to display the content in the HTML format. Okay. Check now, it's working something like this. When we click here, H1 directly. When we click here, H1 is in the form of HTML. I'll share this both the function. Complete a script, I'll send you in the chat. Complete a script will come to your chat. Let's come to the next example. Data binding. Next file. Data binding 3.html. Data binding 3.html. HTML, again head. A script. Body. Okay. Let's go create one H1 tag. Dot value plus dot inner text plus on click example. Okay, you will enter the text, then you will click on button. The text will go to JavaScript, and from JavaScript it will come back to HTML in the form of text. So input and output. Okay. Now from here onwards, you can see the example in W3. Those examples will match. In W3 example, start from here. From where? Data binding directly. There you have HTML and JavaScript together. There you don't have separate JS code. Okay, write a p tag you can write here. Inside write enter any city name. Enter any city name. Input type equal to text. ID equal to my city. ID is required. Without ID, your JavaScript will not be able to locate the elements. So based on ID, JavaScript will go and search, get the value, and then come back. Create a button also. Process now. On click. On click equal to, we'll call a function call one. Okay, so make ready HTML part. Let's write a function called one. Inside function one, create a variable city equal to document dot get element by ID, document dot get element by ID, which ID? Now my city is pointing to input tag or output tag. So for input tag, for understanding purpose, value property is required. It will take the content of your text box. Okay. Alert the city. City is a variable. You should not put in double quote. City is a variable. We should not keep in double quote or single quote. So file is running. Enter any city name. Click on process now. It should give you the alert. Okay. Go ahead next. Alert is coming. Next target is not to put an alert. Target is to display inside the page. So for that purpose, where you want to display, that place should be ready. Where you want to pick, the place is ready. We wanted to take from the text box. Happen. Value came till where? JavaScript. Available under the city variable. Now from city variable, where you want to send. Now you are sending from HTML to JavaScript, become a one way. From JavaScript to HTML, you will send, become as a another way. Okay, so when we go through the road, that's called one way. When one side people will go, other side people will come, it's called as a two-way, right? So we have one-way binding as well as two-way binding. If you send the value only, it's called as a one-way. When you send the value and receive also response or something, that's called as a two-way. Okay, so we are sending the value to JavaScript. Now we'll ask from JavaScript return back to where? HTML. Okay, so JavaScript want to know where shall I print it. So we'll write here another h1 and we'll write inside id equal to anything xyz. id equal to anything called xyz dot you write anything. So by default under the xyz you given dot. Okay. JavaScript will replace the value of this h1 tag where you have given id equal to xyz. Dot is showing as of now. Once JavaScript will come, dot will get replaced by something else. So we'll go here and we'll write the line document dot get element by id. Let's call xyz dot what? Now xyz is pointing to input tag or output tag? Output tag. Output tag, right? H1 is output tag. Now output tag is pointing. Now for output tag we have two options, innerText and innerHTML. So user is going to type HTML tag. No, user will type only text. So text will come under the CP. So what is you are going to print? You are going to print only text. So for that you have a suitable called innerText equal to city variable. That's all. So value will come from HTML and value will go to the HTML only, but process will be taken care by JavaScript. Remove it or let it be for your understanding.
Alert is there first. Alert is coming after closing this displaying on the accounts.
First alert only will come. First alert will come after doing OK. It will display inside the page. The dot is there by default. That is called placeholder. Now you will write here call any city name and click on process. It says Bangalore. Do OK. After that, it will say call Bangalore. So hope it's printed. Now value of user is doing the input under the HTML. Output is also coming under the HTML. Right? Input is in HTML, output is in HTML. So what HTML can do? What HTML is doing now here? Number one, HTML is taking the input, correct? And number two, HTML is displaying the output. Processing is not happening by HTML. What processing? Taking the value from text box and displaying under the H1. That is called process. Take from one place and display under the another place. So HTML have no such feature. Because of that, JavaScript is doing that work. If HTML will have a feature of processing, then HTML will take care. JavaScript will not come in the picture. So HTML used to take the input as well as it used to display the output. Processing will happen through the JavaScript. Okay. Now come next. For the same example, event will be different. Example will be similar, event will be different. How many events we have? This is on click. We have some more events. On key press, on key down, on key up, something. So hope working. Okay, come next then. Copy the same file and paste in another file. And give the file name called data binding 4.html. Data binding 4.html and remove the button from here. Remove the button from here. You don't need button. Remove button. Remove the button. Yes, remove the button. Now we have written one event yesterday only, I guess. Event name was on key press. Let's key press first. Equal to call that function one. On key press equal to call the function one. On key press equal to call the function one here. JavaScript code is same. Only the changes happen under the HTML. JavaScript code is same. Only the changes happen under the HTML. Check now, check once. Enter the value. Just type the value. See what is happening. We'll run the file. What is happening is, this is the text box. Which event we have follow? On key press. Press a key. Empty. Because when you press the key, at that time, what was the value under the text box? Nothing was there. So it's replace the page and become empty. Now press B, it will print the A. Press C, it will print the, you will write your name called Ganesh. Okay. Each will not go to the database. Okay. Each will be in your system itself. Right. Now you will change the event call on key down. Try this also. On key down. Same output.
Printing the last one.
Last one or first one? On key down. It will print only the first one. Last character, current value will not come. Last and first is no discussion. Matter is it will not give the current value. It will give the previous value. Previous was empty, so what it will come? Okay. But on key up will give you what you type. Okay, on key up will give you the old value as well as new value, both. Current value and old value, both it will give. Old value as well as new value, both it will give. Right? Both happening. Now we want to print how many characters you have pressed. How many characters you have typed. Okay, so for that also you have to create another place where you want to print that. So this H1 you convert into something else. Total. Change the ID of H1 as a total and put here as a 0. So total will be by default as a 0. After that total, write a p tag. There write ID equal to XYZ. ID equal to XYZ. H1 ID equal to total and next P ID equal to XYZ. Okay, go next then. Next we'll come to the, so functionality will happen now. Okay, whichever you are typing, it will print inside the paragraph. Earlier it was printing under H1 because XYZ was pointing to H1. Now XYZ ID you given to the P tag. So your content will not go to the H1, content will go to the P tag. Length we want to display under the XYZ. Okay. In JavaScript we have seen to find out the length of array, we have used a property called dot length. When we did the if else, if you remember, okay. So we need to follow here the same. Write it. Where you want to send? Total. What we want to send? Length. So city dot length. City dot length. Right. So it will pass only the number of character inside the city variable to the total. Printing. What character will type, that character will also come, as well as how many you type, including a space it will count. Including a spaces it will count. How many you have, type under the text box, including a space and all, it will get counted. All right, see here. Something like this. Now, can you apply a limit where user cannot type more than 100 characters? Apply a limit where user should not type more than 100 characters. Do something. City.length. So what we did? How you apply the limit? Apply length. It should not take, see, 1%, remember the property called max length. I have written in the developer guide when you have learned the HTML. Okay, max length equal to how many character you want to limit. Max length equal to like suppose 100. It will not allow you to type more than 100 characters. To happen, length got applied. Max length. So we see here, as soon as you type more than 100, it will not allow to go. Once it is 100, it will say sorry, limit is. Now see here, it's saying 99, 98, 96, something. Now suppose we are here, how many characters are pending now? 9. Can you display after this paragraph? How many you type that you are displaying on the top as a length? Next, after this paragraph, we need to display how many are left. How many are left? So for that also we required some space. Write one more h1. For that, give ID called pending. For that, give ID called pending. Pending should not be by default 0. Pending should be by default 100 because user has not typed anything, right? Okay, let's go. So tried anything? Do something, apply some logic from the JavaScript. Pending is 100, right? What is the max length? 100. How to calculate the pending one?
Maximum minus
100 minus max length. 100 minus city dot length. So what is your total? pending. Pending dot inner text equal to 100 minus city dot length. So 100 is what? Our max limit. 100 is a max limit. And from 100 you are minusing city dot length. Suppose user has typed 20 character, 100 minus 20, 80 will go to the pending. User has typed 99, 100 minus 99, 1 will go to the pending. As soon as you reach 100, typing will get stopped. And after that, left will be 0. The reason to write this, some 3-4 lines of code is here is, which language is processing your data? HTML or JavaScript? Where you are taking the input? Where we are displaying the output? But if you cut JavaScript, HTML will say yes, whatever you give. That's all. I will not display anything. So HTML is definition. Also, you can say like HTML used to take the input and display the output. Who wrote, when wrote, even I don't know. But it is used to take the input and display the output. JavaScript will take the input now from the HTML, process the data and return that to where? HTML. So JavaScript is processing the data. But next, one more question. Where it is processing? In server or in your PC? In your PC. If you upload this file in the server also, 100 people will open at the same time the page. Like suppose this file will upload in server and 100 people will open the page at the same time. So what will happen? You will input, file will come, one copy of file will come to me, one copy of file will go to everyone. Along with that, JavaScript code will also go one copy. Now your input will be taken care by HTML, and that HTML will be processed by JavaScript, but not in the server, in your PC. Whatever you will type, it will be processed by your PC in your system. And what I will type, it will get processed by my PC in my system. Right? So at this point, your JavaScript is processing the data in a user computer. Because of that, it is called JavaScript is a client-side processing language. Client-side scripting language is also fine. Client-side processing language is also fine. Okay. It is very interesting, but it will not feel difficulties. Okay. So spend some time on. The key was there only, no? Okay, locked. I'll take.